There was a time I couldn't even look in the mirror. Not because of how I looked, but because of how broken I felt deep inside. Abandoned, rejected, empty. The kind of emptiness that sits in your chest like a stone, heavy, cold, and unmovable. Have you ever felt like screaming, but nothing comes out, like you're drowning in silence, while the rest of the world moves on, oblivious to your struggle, like you're stuck in the same nightmare day after day, and no matter what you do, you can't seem to wake up? This isn't just a story. It's the rebirth of a soul. This is the pain that built me from nothing to everything. I wasn't born into comfort. I was born into chaos. Grow up where dreams don't last long, and hope feels like a luxury you can't afford. Imagine a home where you can see your breath in the winter, where the hum of the refrigerator is replaced by darkness, because the electricity's been cut off again, where your mother's tears are the only thing filling the empty plates on the table. I remember sitting in the cold, watching her cry because there was nothing to eat. No heat, no peace, just survival. A daily ritual that left no room for hope. And when I dared to dream, even just a little, people laughed. You start a business? You be successful? Even my own family told me to get my head out of the clouds, to settle for less because less was all we had ever known. My friends, they vanished the moment I had nothing left to offer. The calls stopped. The messages dried up. I was broken, and burnt out. Mentally, I was done. Depression hit me like a freight train. It didn't care about my circumstances. It just ran me over again and again. I started isolating myself, cutting off from the world to avoid the shame I felt for being stuck. I deleted social media, ignored every call, slept through the day just to escape reality. The days blended into each other, numb and grey. And one night, lying on my back, staring at the ceiling, I whispered to myself, "What's the point of all this pain?" That night was my lowest point. But here's the truth. Sometimes you have to reach the bottom so you can finally see the solid ground beneath you. Sometimes God lets you hit rock bottom, so you realize He's the rock. I had nothing left, nothing except the tiniest spark inside me, the fight to keep going, even when I didn't know why. I stopped waiting for someone to save me. No one was coming. I had to become my own rescue mission, so I started small. I picked up a book on resilience. Not because I believed it would change anything, but because it was something to do. One book led to another. I found YouTube videos with stories of people who had gone through worse and come out the other side. At 3 in the morning, I'd write down anything that resonated. A single sentence, a powerful quote, scraps of hope I could cling to. I created a routine from scratch. 5 a.m. cold showers, even when every cell in my body screamed to stay in bed. Journaling, even when I had nothing good to say. Affirmations, even when I didn't believe them. I visualized success like it was already mine, even when my reality was the furthest thing from it. I applied for unpaid internships, volunteered wherever I could, took every free course I could find. I learned like my life depended on it. Because it did. Every day, I stacked one small win on top of another. At first, it felt pointless. No one was watching. No one cared, but I kept showing up. I started a free blog, even though I didn't have a single follower. I borrowed an old laptop, typed out my thoughts, and hit publish. Nothing happened. No likes, no comments, just silence. But then One person noticed, then two, then 10. And one day, someone offered to pay me for my work. It wasn't much, but when that first payment hit my account, I cried. Not because of the amount, but because, for the first time, someone else saw value in what I had to offer. That single moment reminded me that maybe, just maybe, I mattered. I reinvested every dollar, built my own brand, bit by bit. I recorded videos, even though my voice trembled and my hands shook. I shared my story, even though it hurt to revisit the pain. And slowly, people started to relate. The same pain that made me hide, this became the platform that helped me rise. I wasn't just building a career, I was building a new identity. Listen to me, pain has a purpose. The rejection you're facing, it's not a dead end. It's redirection. I learned that pain is a teacher. Don't run from it. Learn from it. Failure isn't the end. Quitting is. Silence is sacred. Your greatest growth happens when nobody is clapping for you. Your energy is your real currency. Protect it like your life depends on it. And above all, God doesn't build you in comfort. He builds you in chaos. I was once laughed at. Now I'm listened to. I was once overlooked. Now I'm booked. I was once empty. Now I pour into others. I have taken every setback, every heartbreak, every betrayal, and turned it into something beautiful. I have gone from nothing to everything, and it started with a simple decision. I refused to stay broken. Today, I don't chase validation. I chase impact. My story has become a survival guide for others. I speak to rooms I was once afraid to enter. I've built businesses, mentored leaders, and stood on stages around the world. Not because I had it easy, but because I refused to give up. Because I chose to see pain as the raw material for my purpose. Let me tell you this, so can you. If you're still listening, it's not by accident. You are meant to hear this. You are not broken. You're becoming. The pain you feel today is shaping the strength you'll need tomorrow. Comment, I am coming back stronger. Share this message with someone who needs it, because this isn't just a story. It's a blueprint for anyone who's ever felt hopeless, lost, or too far gone. Let me take you deeper into the moments that forged me. Not the highlight reel, but the real story. The nights I spent crying on the floor, the mornings I woke up with knots in my stomach, the days I felt invisible. There were times I wanted to disappear, to blend into the background so no one could see how much I was hurting. I became an expert at hiding my pain, putting on a brave face while I was falling apart inside. But pain has a way of demanding attention. You can ignore it for a while, but eventually it catches up with you. And when it does, you have a choice. Let it destroy you or let it transform you. Transformation isn't glamorous. It's gritty. It's late nights and early mornings. It's saying no to comfort and yes to growth. It's facing your demons one by one and refusing to let them define you. It's taking responsibility for your healing, even when you didn't cause your wounds. I learned that no one is coming to hand you your dreams. You have to fight for them every single day. You have to get up when you're tired, push through when you're discouraged, and believe in yourself when no one else does. You have to become your own hero. I remember the first time I stood on a stage to speak. My hands were shaking, my heart was pounding, and my voice threatened to crack, but I shared my story anyway. I talked about the pain, the depression, the loneliness, and the struggle. I saw tears in the eyes of people who had felt the same way, who thought they were alone, in their suffering. In that moment, I understood. My pain wasn't just for me. It was a bridge to others. That's when everything changed. I realized that the very things I was most ashamed of could become my greatest strengths. My scars became stories of survival. My failures became lessons in resilience. My setbacks became setups for comebacks. If you feel stuck right now, if you're in a season of darkness, I want you to know you're not alone. Your pain is valid. Your struggle is real. But it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your comeback. Every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. Every success story started with a chapter of failure, rejection, and doubt. The difference isn't talent or luck, it's perseverance. It's the willingness to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. I want you to imagine your future self, stronger, wiser, and unbreakable. What would they say to you right now? They'd say, keep going. You're closer than you think. The pain you're feeling is temporary, but the strength you're building will last a lifetime. I found strength I never knew I had. I discovered gifts I never knew I possessed. I built relationships with people who saw my potential, not my past. I created opportunities where none existed. I learned to trust the process, to believe that every closed door was guiding me to something better. There were days I wanted to quit, days when the weight of my past threatened to crush me. But I kept showing up. I kept fighting. I kept believing that my life could be more than my circumstances. And slowly, things started to change. Doors opened. Opportunities appeared. People started to notice. My story started to matter, not just to me, but to others who needed a hope. I became a source of strength, not because I had it all together, but because I was willing to be honest about my journey. I still have scars. I still have struggles, but I'm not defined by them. I'm defined by my response, by my refusal to give up, by my decision to turn my pain into purpose. If you're listening to this, I want you to know you have that same power. You can turn your pain into purpose. You can use your story to inspire others. You can rise from nothing and build everything you've ever dreamed of. It won't be easy. It will take time, effort, and faith. It will require you to face your fears, to confront your doubts, and to believe in yourself when no one else does. But it will be worth it. Your pain is not a prison. It's a platform. Your struggles are not setbacks. They're stepping stones. Your tears are not signs of weakness. They're proof that you care deeply, that you're alive, that you're fighting for something more. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big, that your past is too broken, or that your pain is too much. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you know. And you are capable of rising above anything that tries to hold you back. I am living proof that you can go from nothing to everything, that you can rebuild your life brick by brick from the ashes of your pain, that you can create a future filled with hope, purpose, and impact. So don't give up. Don't settle. Don't let your current circumstances define your destiny. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the pain that once threatened to destroy you became the foundation of your strength. That the rejection that once broke your heart led you to the people who truly value you. That the darkness you walked through helped you discover the light within yourself. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are being shaped, molded, and prepared for something greater than you can imagine. If you're ready to rise, declare it. Say it out loud. I am coming back stronger. Share this message with someone who needs a reminder that they're not alone. Subscribe for more real stories, real strength, and real transformation. This isn't just a story. It's the beginning of your comeback. Your pain has a purpose. Your struggle has meaning. Your future is brighter than your past. Remember, you were never buried, only planted. And now, it's your time to grow. Keep going. The world needs your story.